Hello ladies and gentlemen, my name's Jamie Trotter. I'm English professor here at Arapahoe Community College in Littleton, Colorado. I'm here today to explain Toulmin theory, which is an excellent theory to both analyze argument and create argument. And I'm here for the RG MOOC and also my ACC students. So thanks for joining me today. Now before we get into the actual theory, which is outlined here in the background, I just want to tell you just a little bit about the man who came up with this theory, Stephen Toulmin. He is from Great Britain. He died just a few years ago actually, so he's a contemporary rhetorician. He identified and taught mainly as philosophy. He taught at various U.S. schools including UC Santa Cruz and Go Banana Slugs, one of my favorite schools. And he was looking at argument, and especially if you've studied Aristotelian logic or Aristotelian rhetoric, the rhetorical triangle, ethos, pathos, logos, and then you get into logic, the syllogisms. And he said, well, this isn't really how humans argue per se in syllogistic fashions. So he was really interested in the early 1900s in argumentation and kind of the ethical aspect of argumentation. And so he devised this theory, and it's in his book, The Uses of Argument. He's written a lot, so you can find this his works in greater, more in-depth detail, published everywhere. So. Onto the theory. Now, a lot of students think this is a complicated theory, and the reason for that is it just has a lot of components, I think, and some words that we're not necessarily used to seeing all the time when we're, for example, constructing thesis statements and that sort of thing. But this is an excellent way to construct a thesis statement. So in Composition 2, for example, I use this. I ask my students to create their thesis statement with this model in mind. It just covers a lot. It's a solid way to create an argument. Okay, so let's get to it here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to just introduce this real quick, and then I'm going to explain in greater depth each of the components of the theory using a couple of examples. Okay, so anytime that you see Toulmin theory, you usually see it presented like this. And if you Google, and I don't recommend you Google everything. In fact, I say don't Google. Use the databases, the library databases. But in this case, if you Google Toulmin theory, you'll get all kinds of links. And if you put this search term into YouTube, you also get a lot of interesting videos, some very interesting videos there, including this one. Hopefully this becomes number one. But anyway, so the theory is the main thesis statement is going to be your data and your claim. Okay, so another word for data would be reason. Okay, so you have the data and then the claim. Those are your surface level in the thesis statement. Two things, okay? And I'm going to break this down for you via example here shortly. Okay? Every argument has warrants. Another word for warrants is assumptions. Okay? And that's the most complex part of any argument, is identifying your assumptions, both within your argument and when you're analyzing an argument, finding those assumptions. And then backing. Backing is going to be your evidence, okay? And also, if you're familiar with the rhetorical triangle, your credibility, your logic, how you're reasoning, can also be part of the backing. Toulmin says that you must address the rebuttal, the other side. Of course, we all know this, okay? And how you choose to handle the other side, there's various options there. And then qualifier. Qualifier is very interesting and can be confusing, but it's actually very simple. It's usually a word or a phrase that's used to soften or strengthen the argument within this thesis statement. Okay, and I'm going to demonstrate that for you as well. Okay, so in sum, Toulmin theory, excellent way to construct an argument and also to analyze an argument. And I'm going to come back and demonstrate this with an example and break it down for you using these, which I'm going to keep this up here so you can see that working out in the example.